Drinks fake. Drinks fake. Drinks fake.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith. Let's discuss. Welcome to today's session. Today's session: why Drake is now suing Jay-Z, man. Why is Drake suing Jay-Z? If you recall when Tony Busby tried suing Jay-Z, and you know that letter Jay-Z wrote to old boy, you will not get one red penny. That's what Jay-Z said. You will not get one red penny, oh boy. And did Tony Busby get that money? No. He backed down and did not proceed. The same thing is going to happen to old boy. It is what it is, right? Fantastic Hip Hop came out with this video. Let's react to it. Welcome to the session. Let's go.
Drinks fake. Drinks fake. Drinks fake.
To see how Rap's Cupcake Karen has baked himself so bad. Well, now Jay-Z is about to have those black trucks pulling up on Karen for all he has just done. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now really, as Better Call Aubrey is getting dragged by everyone right now for making his entire situation just worse than ever in the dumbest way possible. Make sure to leave that like right now so everybody can see the absolute mess that Cupcake has gotten himself into.
I gotta show you guys something real quick before we move on. Watch the gang signs Drake throwing up, man. Now, come on. Do you believe? I don't know what gang this is, but do you believe Drake is a gang member? I don't.
Like right now, so everybody can see the absolute mess that Cupcake has gotten himself.
What's this? The GGs?
Well, now as last name Karen first,
the GGs, the BBs.
No other choice but to pay attention to this full-on freak out that he is just dragging out more and more right now. Well, for all the hip hop heads, we've had to stop just purely enjoying great raps for people like the Clips, Freddie Gibbs, JID, and so many others. And while the collective conscience of hip hop right now is looking into this Aubrey lawsuit, which is just getting more pathetic by the day. And now, what has just went viral and what Drake has added to this suit in the continuous filings that are decaying his entire name is something that's just doubling down on these ultimate dork demands in one of the worst ways possible. And now what I am talking about is now that beyond his label and beyond Kendrick Lamar and anybody related to his camp, Drake now wants to hear from Jay-Z and Roc Nation and their role in what went down in this conspiracy he believes has been going on with Not Like Us behind the scenes. And specifically, he wants to know about the role this track.
So, you know what's so funny about this case? Everybody that's going to get caught is going to be honest and tell the truth, right? They're going to peel the layers piece by piece. They're going to peel the layers back. And Drake is going to get exposed from all these individuals.
In the Super Bowl. And now, of course, within this, as of course Drake and his stans think that Jay had so much to do with this downfall that he has been on. Because, of course, for these tinfoil conspiracy theorists who have as much media literacy and critical thinking as Drake has bars without ghostwriters, well, they really think they have finally found a pathway to get anything solved with going after Jay. But little do they know, they have just made everything worse. Because not just is Jay-Z a scarier person to mess with in the industry than any of the people that Drake has already crossed the line with already, but he has just opened himself up into an entire other rabbit hole which won't end well. And really with this, it's all ironic that when you see how the lame loser who is trying to act like he is this sort of knight in shining armor, although of course he's just a dork who was on Degrassi, is now not just going after the guy and song who has represented what hip-hop should be in this era more than anything in Kendrick Lamar, but now also expanding on this and continuing to crash out on Jay-Z. When you look at Hove, well, when we look at what he has done, he is in an exclusive group with only a handful of guys for not just how great of an MC they are, are, but in the greater sense for how they have turned into ambassadors for hip-hop as a global force and have brought the genre to bigger stages than it ever has been. And in terms of what Jay-Z has done with Roc Nation, he has helped out so many artists and gotten them out of nightmare situations. Well, now, once again, what I will say is that for any of the Lawbreeze lames that listen to me and are trying to annoy me and do whatever Stranger Things that you love so much by being here,
he always dropping those Stranger Things bars. Oh, Millie Bobby Brown, Draco. I ain't even disrespecting Draco like that. Millie Bobby Brown plus Drake. Wow, that's wild. Crazy.
Clearly, and don't get mad this time, this is your last chance to hop off the Karen Express, because beyond your emotions for Drake and maybe even Kendrick Lamar, with Drake now going after Roc Nation and dragging Jay-Z into this like the worst Karen ever, and is questioning and demanding to speak with him like only a mega Karen who wants to speak with the manager ever would even think of. Well, for Cupcake, he's got to get out of here, because really, to really just take this wiped out wine out and try to accuse Hove of being part of this play by the label to take the boy out, well, the boy is going to need to be the one who is removed out of hip-hop forever from this, because just like with other people who have went against Hove, and just like Cupcake's other Cupcake moments that we've seen recently where he's been a Cupcake, there is no actual merit or reason that you would possibly have to go after Roc Nation and question the choices they have made for the Super Bowl, other than just the obvious for you, which of course we all know it's that you're dragging them in.
I wonder why do old boy still want to be called the boy. It's as you get older, your career, right? You started out as the boy, but now 20 years later you still want to be called the boy. No growth, no imagination. You want to be called Iceman, a comic book, or it's just weird. No, Iceman that killed all those. Iceman that killed all those people.
You're mad and desperate to try and deflect the blame of what has happened on anybody but yourself in this beef. And there's just no other way to put it. This is just an extension of the sad delusion that we have seen for over an entire year at this point. And really now with this, when you just see that Drake has extended his crash out from his label to Kendrick's team and Kendrick's own family and kids. And now he's going after Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and he wants to know stuff from the NFL directly as well. Well, really, what we have to ask ourselves when we see how far Cupcake is taken, all of these conspiracies that he has drawn up with no proof.
Dude, niggas don't like you, man. It's simply put, people do not like you, man. Well, you can't take the hint? Apparently not. People do not like you. People do not fuck with you. Come on, man. Read the room.
And nothing but tears, embarrassment, immaturity, and well, maybe not wanting to remember that you gave Millie Bobby Brown boy advice. But hey, let's not go there. Really, and in the bigger picture, just when do we get to the point where this is going to end?
I have the evidence.
What he is doing here as a precedent to stop these petty suits that attempt to silence media and free expression over the petty ego of a loser from happening. Because really, with the extents we have seen this walking Karen go to, and with all the people that he is trying to drag into this thing, and with how far he just keeps pushing everything that's going on. Because again, it's just never stopping. Because when Kendrick Lamar doesn't lead anywhere, he goes after his family. Or when the labels don't go anywhere with UMG, he goes after Roc Nation and Jay-Z. I mean, this is just never going to end so clearly. And this just does not seem even fair at this point. Because all this guy is doing is just wasting people's time and messing with a system that, I don't know, could be doing something better. And really, when you just see that nothing is being solved here, and from what we have seen...
This is crazy. We're going to go into 2026. Labor Day is right around the corner. Halloween. We're going to go into 2026 with this. The downfall of Drake. I can't wait. I hope this case goes to trial. I want it to. Drake, do not stop doing what you are doing. Please do not. If one of your team members say, hey Drake, you wild, you crazy, man, what is you doing? Don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. Keep following your gut. Your gut is never wrong, man. Your gut is never wrong.
Thing has been going on for a while. Lawbury has absolutely no case here, other than digging up his own weird ones back to the surface based on the precedents that he has set. Well, really, this loser is in trouble, and with Hov and Rock Nation now joining in on the Drake Crash Out Karen list right next to Kendrick and UMG. More than even the people he has messed with so far, I would be absolutely terrified if I were Karen to see how Hov responds to this and what he does to move after this, because I think with Drake just pushing more and more for Hov to speak up and get involved in this delusion that he wants to be real but just isn't, I do think from Rock Nation and Jay's perspective, after everything that just went down with Nicki and honestly Lil Wayne as well, and then also all of the other losers who keep trying to blame Rock Nation for all of the problems and failures they have had in their own careers for being unprofessional losers, well, this really may be the breaking point where we are finally going to see Jay and his team just respond the way they should, which is by telling this walking man Karen that he needs to sit down and...
Jay, it's like Kendrick Lamar. They're not gonna say nothing. They're just gonna speak with their actions, or whatever they do is gonna be speaking for them. If that sounds right, they ain't gonna say nothing. They are not gonna say nothing. Let's go.
Face the reality of what has happened, because if he keeps moving this way, well, the only thing that will come to light is the truth about what he has done. And now, speaking of Rock Nation and blaming and deflecting all your problems on them, well, now amongst the list of amazing things that Jay-Z has done for hip-hop, well, as of course this year he also helped Clips exit their awful situation with Def Jam and get into a great artist-friendly distribution deal where they were able to release masterfully and let the entire world hear one of the best rap albums that has dropped in years and years and years with Let God Sort 'Em Out. Well, right alongside wanting to diss Jay, but not in the booth, but in the boardroom seemingly for Cupcake, well, Lawbury is also dissing Pusha T once again, and whether he wants to give people the impression that it is for rap or it's for gossip, well, Lawbury is speaking about him publicly and sneak dissing him in some pretty loud ways, which now after we saw lame old Karen put him in paperwork already and pretty much admit to silencing his music for everybody to say, because of course lame old Dwayne is upset that he could silence Pusha T but not Kendrick Lamar, and this is one of the reasons why he's throwing the fit that we're seeing. Well, now with all of this being out there, I guess Drake is trying to look tough again, and he is dissing Pusha T and showing his support for one of the last and most loyal collaborators to the guy who made Graduation in none other than Consequence. And really with Consequence, he is one of the only rappers washed up enough that they have stood by the man who I can't even say his name anymore, because I don't want to believe that the guy who defined my musical journey and love for hip-hop for years and years is whatever you want to call him in the present. But now with the growing tensions between him, Consequence, and then Pusha T, and now Drake's jumping in, well, what happened now all comes down to Consequence dissing Pusha T on behalf of the man who once made some of the best music we have ever heard, and within this, he's getting very corny as he's trying to say that Pusha uses disses for marketing and is pulling up old texts with Push and the guy who produced Daytona about the Drake beef and was saying all these things to try and make his character look weak, and now ultimately, well, then the lame delusion that we are seeing from another washed rapper, what we are seeing in this ultimate attempt for clout chasing like a loser is that none other than Lawbury made sure that everybody sees that he agrees with what Consequence is saying and he thinks Push is soft, and then he uses rap beef for marketing and does not actually believe what he says or wants to back it up. And well, with this, listen, I don't even know what to say at this point. Just cue it. How many times do we have to tell you, Cupcake? Because really, are you actually going to try and say that Pusha T, the guy that you censored because you were scared to hear what he was going to say in music, is so
right?
And he does this performative and that he's not actually the tough guy that
Drake's a bitch.
Says he is? Because now once again with Drake, we are just seeing this straight insanity, because while you're whining and paperwork and showing how bad you were messed up to the fact that again you literally suppressed an artist from speaking, to the people you're still trying to play this fake tough guy, but listen, Lawbury, Cupcake, Karen, or whatever else you want to call him, none of this is going to work, and we all see the grift and play with the mess that you have made now. And really with this is you are not just in issues with your label, but you have messed up so bad that now you have decided to not just go against Kendrick Lamar, Lamar, but Jay-Z and Pusha T are also ready to end your career as well. I mean, seriously, to get maybe the 3 most feared rappers in the history of hip-hop all against you, there is something so wrong and misguided with you. But you know what? As this is the loser's lap that Cupcake has chosen to go on, let's just let it play out. But now, if Hove or Push do anything to respond to the taunts and ways that Drake is trying to into all of this,
what hold their response? I don't know about Jay-Z. Pusha T definitely gone. Well, do you really need to respond to oh boy? No, you don't. You don't, because you know he is not. You know he's not tough. You know it. So why respond to a bitch ass nigga? Why respond, man? Why respond? You just wasting your time, Pusha T. Don't even do it. Now you see old boy want to drag everybody in it, but Kendrick Lamar. He want to drag everybody in it, but Kendrick Lamar. Make it make sense to me, man. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the session. Man, I'm out of here. Check this out before I go.
Drake's fake. Drake's fake. Drake's fake.